make me taller, please. You ever wonder if you can actually grow taller after puberty? Have you ever been desperate enough to buy those hyped up pills or try those outrageous online workouts, just clinging to the hope that you might gain an inch or two? Well, if you were anything like me when I was a teenager, you've probably Googled how to get taller more times than you care to admit, and maybe you've even tried a few questionable methods. I know that I did, whether that was stuffing lifts into my shoes to be taller or trying out these wacky stretches. I was desperate to gain a few extra inches in height. And a quick side note, it actually turns out that, wearing shoe lifts can actually make you taller while you're wearing them, but they're not permanent, which is what most people want. And here's the cold, hard truth. Once your growth plates or epiphyseal plates close, your height is pretty much set in stone. And the miracle cures out there, they're nothing but scams that are just preying on people's insecurities. Luckily, people are getting wiser and those grow taller overnight schemes are losing their mass appeal, but it's still important to be informed, especially if you're a teen or a parent who's wondering what actually works and what will actually attribute to growth. All right, first up on our hit list, pills and supplements. So take SHITF, or Short Height Isn't Your Destiny. You gotta love their name, I'm serious, their creativity is amazing. But let's dig a little deeper into their claims. So they say that you can gain roughly 1 inch per bottle of their all-natural formula in a month. That's a pretty bold claim, and they're even throwing around some as seen on logos, which, by the way, if you Google their product name and the media source, nothing comes up, aka another red flag. How about some of these insane testimonials? I mean, take Michael's his testimonial, for example. He says that he gained 2.5 inches after the age of 30. Yeah, no, that's not real. And even if it was, can we see some before and after pictures? I mean, surely height being an objective trait and all, it's very easy to see that big of a change, but they won't do that. Now, I'm not saying that all supplements are scams. In fact, some pills are specifically designed for kids and teens, and they focus on filling the nutritional gaps that can actually help maximize growth. For example, take True Height. It actually does have some ingredients in it that could assist with growth before the growth plates close. But honestly, these blends are pretty transparent, and it's basically like saying, eat your fruits and veggies, kids, which, by the way, is excellent advice. I completely recommend that. But here's the deal. Once you hit adulthood and your growth plates fuse, no pill on earth is gonna reopen them, okay? So save your money for something that actually will make a difference in your life and not just your wallet. All right, so next up we have workouts and stretches. So have you ever seen those videos promising that if you hang from a bar or you do these fancy stretches, you might get taller? Well, they're wrong. Programs like Aerobics or the Grow Taller Guru might have you hanging upside down from a bar, which might feel good and it might decompress your spine for a few hours temporarily, or doing some crazy workout and touching your toes, which again, it's great for flexibility, but none of this stuff will actually lengthen your bones. That being said, exercise is awesome. It's good for your heart, your muscles, your bones, and basically everything in between. But, it can help with posture, which can make you look taller and appear taller, but it won't change your actual height. So again, this is another scam. It's a healthy scam, but it is a scam nonetheless. All right, now it's time for the serious stuff. Human growth hormone, or HGH. So this hormone can actually be beneficial for kids with growth deficiencies, but it's been abused by those in the get taller quick gimmick industry, promising these miracles for adults. But you probably have guessed that it doesn't work that way. And once again, once your growth plates have fused, growth hormone or anything in between won't add any additional height to your stature. And that's not the worst part, because misusing, exogenous substances like this can lead to a long laundry list of nasty side effects over time, like acromegaly, which means that your tissues and organs will grow abnormally, which puts extra stress on them, and that can lead to joint pain, heart problems, diabetes, and even cancer. So you have to be very careful with it. And also you have to inject HGH, so there's a risk of blood clots and other complications if it's not administered properly by a medical professional. So yeah, HGH can be tempting, but trust me, the risks definitely outweigh the non-existent rewards. Now, in your search to get taller, you might have stumbled across some questionable other methods floating around the internet that sound a little too good to be true. And one of those is LSJL, or lateral synovial joint loading. And the principle is that, by applying pressure to certain areas, specific joints, you can stimulate bone growth. And it sounds pretty cool, right? Wrong. Look, you see, the research has been done primarily on animals, not humans. And while there was some inkling of results from these studies, it's highly unlikely it's going to work the same way in humans. And plus, messing with your joints and your bones is highly risky, and it's definitely not something that you want to do at home. So don't risk your health for unproven methods. Talk to a professional. And now let's address the elephant in the room. If all of these other methods are nonsense, is there a way to actually get taller as an adult? And the answer is yes, but it is not easy, it is not quick, and it's most definitely not cheap. And that way is limb lengthening surgery. That's right, it's the only scientifically proven way to increase your height after your growth plates have fused. It involves breaking your leg bones, slowly pulling them apart over time with a lengthening device, and over time, new bone grows in the gap, resulting in new increased leg length and thus additional height. This procedure can add anywhere from 2 to 5 inches in new height, but it's a big surgery with a long and intense recovery process, and you need to use a cane, crutches, walker, and maybe even a wheelchair for months on end and commit to a lot of physical therapy to see if you can regain your strength and mobility and get back to a normal life. It's a big decision and it's not for everyone. Now, don't get me wrong, for the right person, limb lengthening can be a life-changing procedure, but it's essential to go into it with, your eyes wide open and understanding the risks, the rehab commitment, and the potential complications that could develop, especially in the wrong hands, because not everybody does the surgery the same way. So if you're serious about exploring this option, do your homework, research experienced surgeons, weigh the pros and cons of actually getting the procedure done in the first place, and if you're still feeling unsure after all of that, feel free to book a consultation with me, link in the description, where we can discuss your goals, your concerns, and create a personalized lengthening game plan for you. So guys, don't fall for these scams. Look, focus on being healthy, happy, and confident in the skin that you're in. Or if self or professional therapy doesn't work for you and you still have these constant gnawing thoughts about your height on a daily basis, maybe limb lengthening surgery is the right option for you. And who knows, maybe one day scientists will crack the code of how to manipulate the growth plates and we can find a way to get taller after all. So until then, don't waste your time, your money on things that just don't work, okay? But I want to know, comment below if you've fallen for any of these scams in the past or if there are others that I didn't mention. And don't forget to hit that like button if you found the video helpful. And until next time, this is Victor from Cyborg for Life, signing out.